Um, I sometimes being successful at things can cause um can cause other types of difficulties. Um, I do not know everything, so that's important. Like, I really I think I have an A in every class. I think so. Um, but that doesn't mean that I know everything. So I hope that people who are watching the videos that I publish and reading the things and reading the pages that I publish. I mean, the stuff that I'm writing about, the stuff that I'm talking about, I've been talking about things like that for the past 6 years, and it's apparently part of my life now to be doing that. Just because what's happening is so serious. But that doesn't mean that I know everything in the world. I don't. I really don't. So I mean, for what it's worth, I don't want people to be thinking that I'm this total genius about everything. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure there's people in the conglomerate who are immediately already thinking about all the ways they're going to say, "Yeah, we don't think you're a genius," because this is just this is how it is. Um, but yeah, and also being older. People don't talk about the positives of getting older. I mean, I've talked a little bit about the negatives of getting older, but actually, I mean, aside from like just looking worse every year, being getting older has a lot of advantages. It's you know things, you know how to do things, things that would totally be you would have no idea what to do, what to do about them, or that they would turn into a crisis. Like they don't turn into a crisis, and you know what to do about it. I unfortunately have been presented with all sorts of situations that I never thought I would have to deal with over these past several years, and those are very difficult to know what to do about, because it's well, evil I think is always really tough to figure out what to do about. I think evil is just, I mean, because evil is so um evil people really don't care how much they hurt you. They really don't care. So it's difficult to figure out how to deal with that, especially just these types of issues, the types of things that that I personally am having to deal with, and this, things like voyeurism and having my phone hacked and those types of things. I mean, that's for me, that stuff is not something I ever thought I would have to deal with, and yet I have. I'm having to deal with it. So I'm trying to understand what it is I should do, about it. But that's because it's to my knowledge, my being a target like this is kind of, I mean, people have been targets in other ways, but like this, where technology is being used so viciously against one person, or however many people they're doing it to now. But yeah, I don't know everything. I'm not always going to have like the right answer about everything that there is. If you ask if, for example, if like I'm talking in class or whatever, I'm not always going to know the right answer. I'm not, I don't know everything that there is to know. Some things I know. I've also been in school before. I already have an associate's degree, and I also went to college for a few years at a 4-year school. So this stuff is, if I sit there in class and it seems like I always know what I'm doing, it's just because I've had so much school already. I tend to know how to study. I tend to know how classes are, what I have to do for classes, to be the student that I need to be, and that kind of thing. But it's not like I'm just this kind of authority about everything in the world. I'm really not. And I'm just saying that in case there are people who are starting to think that way. Because not only is that not true of me, I do not want to have to have that as I do not want to have to be carrying that around with me all the time. Like people, like I have to be smart all the time. I have to get everything right all the time. Like people, someone will ask me a question and I'll answer it, and they'll be like, okay, that's it. That has to be the answer. It's just don't do that to me, please.